Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana, but on here I go by TheeModernSim, and today I will be showcasing my must-have mods for better gameplay and an overall better gaming experience. So I will be splitting the mods in this showcase up into like 3 different sections. So the first section being mods that I can't really fully show you, they're just like ingrained into my game overall. The next section will be more of the gameplay mods, so things that add more features and enhancements to the game to help with my storytelling abilities and just overall make the game more fun and engaging. And then in the last section, those would be like the more interactive mods between like sims. Now these are not all of my mods I use, these are just the mods that I feel like are most relevant to this video. I will eventually do a video about my mods that I use to like replace certain objects and lighting systems in the game, so that'll be another separate video. So without further ado, let's get into these mods. So alright guys, so I'm using my sim Deja Fisher to showcase these mods to you today. While she's doing a bunch of random activities that I need her to do, I'm going to go ahead and show you the first mod. So the very first mod I would like to show you is called MC Command Center by Deaderpool, I believe. I don't know why that took me a second. You see the hot chocolate? This hot chocolate looks so good. Anyways, I'm gonna cheat this because it cannot be, I'll at least make it partly cloudy. It's not gonna be rainy over here, I'm sorry. Even though I am in Brindleton Bay and that's what it does during the springtime. But anyway, so MC Command Center. This is one of those mods that's like allows you to tune the settings of things. So I'm gonna quickly click on Deja and you'll see this thing pop up, MC Command Center. And you can do so much with MC Command Center. It can allow you to go straight into cast if you need to. It basically allows you to cheat the game easier. Oh, I didn't even know you can select your favorite drink. Oh wow. Anyway, sorry, I didn't even know you can do that, but apparently you can. But you can do so much stuff like create a sim wise. I use these cheats a lot. They're info, so you can do career cheats. Change stats basically means you can change like where their levels are, so if they gotta pee and things like that, like you can change that. Skill cheats, so you can increase people's skills. There's so much things you can do. Let's reset aspirations. I use this a lot for like changing my sim's outfit. So when I need to like randomly change their outfit and I don't feel like clicking on the option for them to change outfit, I'll just quickly do this and it automatically changes it. This is another thing. MC pregnancy, you can start it in pregnancies of people, so don't judge her, she has a lot of suitors. I don't know why Clement Frost is here, but you can also adjust a relationship, set relationships with sims that their bar might be higher than what it seems to be or initially is. Especially it's great for when you're setting up LPs. Another way to use this mod is through the computer, and with the computer you have a lot more, I guess, global settings. So I use MC Command Center from MC Population to make sure like the sims that are getting imported into this game are from my tray files. There's so many settings in here that just helps like to tweak the game to what you like. You want to get rid of something that like EA makes. You can also use MC Command Center on the mailbox and do a lot of different cheats with here. And this is great if you don't have like UI cheats, which we'll get to in a second right after this one, but this is great for that. And I also use this to like summon sims to my lot. Abby Pancakes, they had a baby? Oh, she's adorable. Okay, I'm sorry, but you can summon sims to your life. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're looking for a more in-depth video in MC Command Center, there are plenty on YouTube that like go really in-depth with everything you can do with this mod. But the next mod I would like to talk about is UI cheats. Now, UI cheats comes such in handy when there's something that I just want to quickly change for the sim. I mainly use it for like getting rid of buffs and changing their needs and things like that. So let's say I really need Deja to like fall asleep really quickly and stay asleep for a while. I can just click right here and it brings her energy bar down, and that way she'll be asleep a little bit longer. You can do this for all of them. You can use it to adjust the game time. All you're really doing is you are right clicking on things. You can use it to change the weather. I use this all the time to change the weather because I prefer sunny. I literally did this earlier in this video. Victor, leave me alone, Victor. Gosh. Anyways, I don't even live in the city. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. I constantly use it for buffs and to get rid of wants. Become friends with Jerry. We're gonna get rid of that. Reroll it. Even when it comes to like setting relationships. Let's say I want to be better friends with Victor, even though I was a total jerk to him 20 minutes ago. I can set it to like 50%, run that cheat, and now we're friends. You know, so there's so much you can do with UI cheats. Comes very much in handy. So the next mod is called the Simulation Lag Fix by Seriously Sims, and this mod pretty much makes it so that like, you ever have like your Sims doing something, they do like that weird like bobbing thing in between, like why am I doing it right now, that weird bobbing thing in between like actions and things like that, or they'll sit in one spot for hours doing nothing. Like essentially the mod makes it so like that doesn't happen. And also like I had like this weird bug thing or whatever where like the game will be on like 3 times speed while she's sleeping and whatnot, and then like it would be slow. It was weird, and pretty much this mod fixes that and makes it so that any autonomous actions happens a lot more smoother, and it doesn't like have like a weird like lag to it. So that is very much a staple in my game. Like at first I was like, oh, it's not doing anything, and then I realized I was getting tasks done much easier, much faster with this mod, and I was like, okay, yeah, something's changed. Something's definitely changed, and this mod definitely does work. So the next mod, if you haven't noticed already, is that she does not have this green plumb bob above her head, but when you hover over her, she does still have her name tag and things like that. And that is because I am using the Missing Plumb Bob mod by Mint Valentine. You're able to keep like the other headline effects. Previously in my games, I would just turn off headline effects, and I liked it. However, it made it like hard to see like what my sim was thinking about another sim and whatnot, like maybe the conversation they were having or whatnot. And I find that I like to do that, especially when it comes to like making Sims videos. It kind of adds to like the ability to storytell, and so I need the headlines effects back on, but I wanted to still get rid of that plumb bob, and it's gone. Now this next mod is going to require a little bit of cheats. Oops. So I'm gonna change down her bladder to really low. Just, oh my gosh, no, I didn't mean to make her pee on herself. Hold on. It's called the Walk Normal mod by Mizoriyuki. I think that's how you pronounce it. So essentially this mod gets rid of those weird sim walks. Sorry, we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. And this mod is pretty much customizable. I have it in my settings to where it gets rid of the pee walk and also the pregnancy walk. So I'm gonna have her go to the bathroom. As you can see, she really does have to pee. Ew. Why are you in the toilet? So now when she goes to the bathroom, she won't have that weird walk. She just walks normal. Okay, or she runs. She runs to the bathroom. And now she's using the bathroom without that weird walk that takes them like an hour to get to where they gotta go. Now the next mod I would like to showcase is the Meaningful Stories mod by Bro Berkey. And essentially this mod works to adjust how moods and buffs work in this game. So they're a lot more realistic. So like if your sim is like had a loss in the family, which my other sim family did, but if you had a loss in a family, like instead of them being sad about it for 8 hours or 2 days, they'll be sad about it for 8 days, which can be much, but I do play on long lifespan. So after the 5th day mark, I do cheat that off. Let me see. Yes, you can adjust how the settings go. I don't usually touch these. I've left it at its default, but you can go in and adjust how you want your Sims buffs and moodlets to operate. So the mod naturally sets it to where when there's like good environmental surroundings, your sim won't get happy from that. Like they'll just be like, oh, it looks nice, but like they won't be like, oh my gosh, and it overshadows like the sadness that they could be feeling. So it just makes the emotions a lot more realistic. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it can be a bit much. When she's happy, it's gray, like as if she was fine, and then like if she's like super ecstatic, that's when you get the green. But like happy is like more of a baseline. So the next mod is a Little Miss Sam mod, and it is the Auto Employee mod. And essentially what this mod does, I'm gonna hop into build mode really quickly. It allows you to hire vendors, NPC Sims to your lot, so that like you don't have to pay for multiple different employees, NPCs to show up on that lot. So it doesn't really work on residential lots, but essentially this is what this is. I've heard a lot of people complaining, but like, the mod doesn't work, the mod doesn't work, and it's because you're using the mod wrong. For it to work, you have to click first on the door, and there's going to be a little pop-up that says like auto employees or something like that, and you have to allow or disallow specific employees depending on what things you place on the lot for them to do to show up. So if you have a bar and you want a bartender to show up, place the bar, click on the door, click on auto employees, and then there'll be a pop-up that says like allow bartender, and that's what you're going to use. I almost didn't throw that one in there, but I find that one to be so helpful, and when I want to have my Sims meet on like generic lots and things like that, is very helpful for that. So that is all of the mods that I can't really show you. I want to showcase you my other must-have gameplay mods. So the next mod I'm going to be showing you is called the First Impressions mod by Lumpino, and essentially this makes it so that way when your sim introduces themselves to another sim, that they get a first impression, and there are good and bad first impressions. So I currently have Deja on her way to introduce herself to Norma. See, this is exactly what I mean. Sometimes they get a first impression. These first impressions do play a role in like how well your Sims do get along, because if your Sim gets a negative first impression of someone, when they get around that Sim, they'll be mean to them, or they'll be irritated or aggravated by them. So it seems that, let me pop into the profile. It seems that Norma got the first impression that Deja is funny. Impossible not to notice that this sim has a striking sense of humor. And then Deja got the sentiment that Norma is immature. At first impression, this sim comes across to Deja as strikingly immature. So if they continue to have a conversation, Deja might get a negative buff from her. Not you yelling at my dog. I don't appreciate that. And then you gonna walk away? Yeah, you look a hot mess. Anyways, moving on to the next mod. The next mod we have is the No Strings Attached mod, also by Lumpino. So right now I am having Deja call up, what is his name? Rodrigo, to come over. But essentially, like I said, it allows you to have friends with benefits relationships with people. Oh, he already here. Dang, he was waiting. We're gonna click on Rodrigo, and if you go to more choices, it'll be a friends with benefits section. And basically it just lets you get straight to business. You can go ahead to go, woohoo. You can kiss them, flirt with them, discuss woohoo ideas, discuss next time you'll meet, terminate the relationship, plan out dates. You can also gauge relationship development. So like typically see like, okay, is this heading down somewhere where it's romantic, or is it just strictly business, if you know what I mean? So, and you can also ask if they're seeing others. So we're gonna ask Rodrigo if he's seeing others.
Oh, Polino.
I'm not really happy with Rodrigo right now, but that's neither here nor there. Babe, no. We'll come back to this mod. I'm not seeing anyone else at the moment. So apparently Rodrigo's not seeing anyone else at the moment. Whoop-de-doo. You can leave now, Rodrigo. We don't really want you here. We're actually going to use MC Command Center to make him leave, because I just wanted to demonstrate. If we hop into his profile, we'll see that they have a non-exclusive relationship, and this leads us to the next mod, the Open Love Live mod, also by Lumpino. And basically it makes it to where like your Sims says if they want to be in non-exclusive or exclusive relationships. And if you look in her Sim panel, you'll see that she's indifferent to being romantically exclusive. All of Lumpino's mods work really well together. So the next mod I would like to showcase to you is the Relationship Pregnancy Overhaul mod, also by Lumpino, and this will be the last Lumpino mod in this video. So I'm having her invite over James, and while we wait for him to come, I want to quickly hop into her sim panel to show you this. But essentially with the Relationship Pregnancy oh, he's already here, babe, dang. Essentially what this mod does is it deepens like relationships between Sims romantically and like friendship wise, as well as alters how pregnancy works in the Sims. You're also able to choose what your Sim preferences are for like children. And so Deja, since she's a family oriented Sim, she automatically got she will be happy to have a child right now. Hopefully she's not pregnant, because she's been up to some nefarious acts recently. But now that we have James sitting next to us, there should be a pop-up that says relationships, family, and pregnancy, and basically allows you to ask all these different questions. So we're going to ask James if he wants children. You can also ask for James to get his fertility evaluated or ask about his fertility. We're going to do that. I'd be alright with having a child. I'd also be alright with not having a child. James. We're just gonna close this out right now, but we're gonna come back to that. I imagine I'm normal in that regard. I'm not aware of any issue regarding my fertility. If you click on yourself, you can adjust what you want. So adjust what your sim thinks about having children. If they're able to carry a child, you can adjust your thoughts on being pregnant. Maybe they're okay with being pregnant. Maybe they hate being pregnant but really want children. You can set that up as a storyline, like they really want a child but they want to adopt, which is also a part of this mod. We have adoption, so she can adopt by herself. If she has a partner, this will be like grayed out. You can decide if you want to always be faithful. I definitely use these options if I have sims that I feel like my sim wouldn't really connect with or date or anything like that. I use these, decide not to interact romantically or develop feelings with, or even not to become friends with. Reproductive health, so you can evaluate fertility. With this mod, you can have miscarriages. You can adjust your fertility status to where like you're not able to have children. You get inseminated. Like there's so many things. You can get STDs with this mod. Another part of this mod is the meet and mingle dating app, so you can actually have it to where your sim goes on blind dates, or if they want to look at profiles, which we won't do. She's literally sitting next to her main man and she's not gonna be out here in the streets like that. Well, she kind of is, but you know what I mean. Anyways, that is pretty much what I want to show you about that mod. But going back to a little pop-up we've seen here earlier, and if you watch my videos, you've seen this pop up multiple times, a lot of times, sometimes way too many times. And this is actually from the mod Wicked Whims. So it has a sister mod called Wonderful Whims, and this mod basically allows it to where your sim is able to have like periods, and it is also the basis behind the attraction system. So as you can see, she finds James extremely attractive. Wicked and Wonderful Whims also makes it so that like your sim use protection. They have like these impressions, adds to like the personality of your sim. So like mine has caregiver and artist. So caregiver sims are driven by the empathy and compassion to protect and care. Unfortunately, others can exploit their good nature for their own ends. That's an example of an impression personality from both of those mods. Can be actually really good for storytelling as well. But what sets Wicked Whims and Wonderful Whims apart is the added spice level. So you get these pop-ups, so like the suggestive look, so you can see that your sim is being checked out by another sim because they want to get a little wicked, you know what I'm saying, like they want to go woohoo type of stuff like that. But the difference between Wicked and Wonderful Whims, like I said, is Wicked is a little more mature, I would say. It enables nudity and things like that. I don't personally use it for that. I have the streamer mode put in my game because I like the little bit of spice that it adds without the extra flashing of Sims bodies. I don't want to see that. The next mod I want to showcase is actually the Ask to Cook mod by Little Miss Sam. So I believe if you go to the fridge and you click on it, there should be an Ask to Cook and Bake section that pops up, and I'm gonna ask him to cook for me. I'm gonna ask James to cook for me. He ain't got no skill. I'm gonna have him cook a cake. If you burn my house down, because we're gonna have a party, just so I can show you a mod. But he's basically going to go in the kitchen and cook that. But as he's doing that, I also want to show you this other mod I have. Next mod I want to showcase is the Basemental mod. And essentially this adds like realistic drinks, and also it has it to where like you can become drunk, hungover, an alcoholic. Like it's really intense. I had a sim in my legacy family. She had one drink at a bar and she was an alcoholic and she had to starve herself. It was crazy. I was like, oh, at your son's wedding? Now she's just gonna fix a drink. What drink is she even making? Oh, make gin fizz. Okay. I also do have basemental drugs in my game. I don't use that one too often. I'm not really going to go too much in depth with that, especially on YouTube, but that is a pretty good mod. The next mod I'm going to showcase is actually one of the reasons why I was doing all that cooking earlier, and that is to show you these this event mod. Now I use these event mods all the time. This mod is called the Memorable Events mod by Kawaii Stacy, and essentially adds a ton of different events to the game just to make it a lot more engaging. Have things for your Sims to do. You have a university letter party, a graduation party. You can plan for your Sim to propose to someone. You have sleepover, shopping spree, honeymoon, meet the baby. I had this one for Nikita and Raphael, and they brought so many like cute gifts and things like that for the baby. It was so cute. Day of grieving, meet my partner, and so on and so on. I use the hangout one a lot, especially when I want to, for storytelling purposes, and I want like a bunch of specific NPCs to show up at an event. I will use this one because you can set it to where you can set specific NPCs as well as your household and the Sims you want to invite to show up to this place, and it's a really good mod. But I'm not going to use one of these events because I want to showcase the next two events. We're going to have a house party. I guess I'll make it a gold event, but I will cheat it if things aren't going my way. So essentially this next mod that I want to showcase to you, invite any guest mod. Previously in The Sims, you can only invite Sims you know and have talked to events. If you're trying to do like a surprise party for a Sim and invite their friends, and you're the Sim and you only know like 2 of them people, but they got like 11 friends and you can't invite them, this mod allows you to invite pretty much anyone. You see all these names, even though it's not popping up yet, it hasn't fully populated, but like all of these people you can invite. Also, it increases the maximum number of guests. So instead of that 10 guest limit that you have, it allows you to invite a lot more people. You still cooking that cake? My goodness. While we wait for all the guests to get here, this leads me to the next mod I would like to show you, and that is the longer parties mod. In addition to the last one, this mod makes it to where you are able to have longer parties. Usually I think Sim parties are like 8 hours, but that there'll be 24 hours instead of like, I mean, you don't have to have a 24-hour party. That's the way you looking at her. Ugh. Anyways, you know, since he's standing here, that leads us to our next mod. And the next mods I would like to talk about are the ones by Katie mods. The ones I will be talking about are called the one where they are friends and the one with all the romance. And essentially, these mods are honestly such staple mods in my game. If you click on a Sim and you click on like more options, you see this thing that's like mega interactions, and essentially you have like 2 sections, friendly and romance, and basically it adds more interactions between your Sims so they can have more different conversations than like check in on such and such and tell outrageous story. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have her say something to him romantic and friends to lovers. Aww. What if we were dating? I think that's the one I clicked on. That would be quite something, wouldn't it? Like, ugh. It's so cute. Having them have this conversation, you see all these people that have joined the conversation. This leads me to the next mod, and that is the Remove Sims from Combo by the Pink Trevor Babe. No. Ugh. Gosh. Essentially, you can remove Sims from conversation by right-clicking and getting them out of your conversation. So it can just be you and the person, and that is like comes in clutch when you go on a date and you have all these Sims in there and like the conversation then got all awkward and stuff like that. Someone then join in and they trying to flirt and it ruins the vibes, the mood. So that is a great mod as well. The next mod I would actually like to showcase is Twix and Mexi's Better Pie menu mod, and essentially allows you to search interactions you want with someone. So instead of me finding friendly, trying to find which one I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Small talk is in small talk. Say I want to brighten Trevor's day. Instead of having to go through all of that, all I would do is click on him and then start to type, and it pops up immediately. And that's perfect for when you have Sims that you know exactly what you want to, that was weird, what you want them to say to each other. You don't have time to be looking for interactions. Like, it really has saved me so much time, because I'd be like, isn't there a goof around option? And I can never find it. So next mod I would like to showcase to you is called the Cute Romance mod by the Pancake One. And this one, it kind of like blends into the game. You really don't see it. Physical intimacy. This mod comes with like 3 different interactions. It comes with the bed makeout, cuddle from behind and dip kiss. So we're going to do a cuddle from behind. Since that man is trying to leave, you're not leaving us. You're not leaving this house yet. Aww, it's getting late. It's already 12:03 a.m. I'm gonna send home so they can get the heck out of my house. Oh my gosh, maybe I should have cheated, because now all these people gonna hate me. So the next mod I would like to showcase is the Sims 3 Romantic Interactions mod. And essentially this basically adds more romantic options to the game. I feel like The Sims doesn't have enough. Like, I'm tired of just embracing and kissing. Like, I be needing more. I'm gonna have her be frisky and embrace him. And it's just so cute. You see the interactions. Like, I had to add it. Like, it's so cute. And it does add to the romance meter. And these are just Sims 3 interactions that they have. Like, ugh, I'm sorry. That's the type of stuff I need in my game, okay? It just adds that extra oomph. You're making me fall in love. You know, some of these I don't do because, like, they have like weird, it starts like glitching or being weird. Give flowers in the, where is it, the makeout one? Like this one, like it look a little stiff, okay? It just looked just a little stiff. But like they in there, child. It is very, very late. I'm gonna have to go to bed so I can show you the very next mod. Next mod I would like to show you is called the Bed Cuddle mod. And in a few, they should get to cuddling. I don't know why they're not. See? Look at them, so cute. Oh, so cute. As they're sleeping, the next mod that I would like to mention is called the Sleep All Night mod by Little Miss Sam, and essentially it makes it to where your Sims sleep all night. Instead of getting up because you're well rested, they'll just sleep until like it's time for them to get up to like 8 or something like that. So yeah, James is almost ready to get up, but instead it's going to continue to make him sleep. So while Deja cleans up, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. These are all the mods I wanted to showcase for you for today. I have a ton of more mods, like I said earlier. Those are more like override mods that I will eventually show you guys in another video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got some good mods out of it that you may or may have not have known. Okay, James, you may have or may have not have known or seen. Is he about to? Okay, he said I gotta go home. He looked in the dishes and said I'm out, babe. Anyways, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye.